Whenever you're ready. Hi, my name is Alyssa Layfield, and I am the owner of Sonata Piano Studio. I honestly don't know what got me super involved in piano. I always loved music. I loved film, arts, all that fun stuff, but it wasn't until I was a teenager that I started competing in piano, and I really liked the idea of performing at recitals, performing for friends and family, and I think that's when it took off, was more towards high school. This is my piano teacher, Miss Jan, attending my first recital. Well, my piano teacher, Miss Jan Atkinson, was a huge inspiration. I loved lessons with her. In fact, after going away to school for music, I came back and continued my lessons with her to get my associate degree. And I think just watching her teach and going to her recitals always inspired me to want to do that for my own students one day. And she still comes to my recitals. I call my students her grand students, so it's cute. Old registration forms. Oh my god, I forgot I did an ad in the paper. Just trying to get the name out there. The biggest struggle when I first started was when it was out of my parents' home. Starting in Tecumseh, where I grew up actually in Leamington, so my music connections were there, and I also went to school at Laurier for music. So I was really starting in a brand new community where I knew nobody, so I was just kind of putting up flyers and hoping to get the word out. I think that was the biggest struggle. This is the first program we ever had for the recital. I think I even have like an old one. I'm so excited. The first end of year recital. I would say a big milestone for me was actually my first recital. I'll never forget it. We just had, I think, 13 students in the recital, and it was at Vanwell Community Church, first time I rented a space. And after that recital, everyone was so happy. They had never done a recital. They didn't know what it was. And to me, that was a big milestone I'll never forget. Just bringing so much happiness to families and being like, okay, yes, this is what I meant to do. Moving out of the house and into a commercial space was kind of a mix of emotions. It was very exciting because I knew we could expand to different instruments and programs. I already had a couple teachers working from the studio. I was excited to bring them to a bigger space. We also opened during the lockdown, so I'm not gonna lie, it was exciting and then immediately plummeted, and then it's exciting again. My first year teaching piano, I had 13 students. If you count every baby and toddler student we have currently, we have around 420 students. Hitting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube felt really good, I'm not gonna lie. It's so much work. We don't have a big team behind us. It's mostly me editing and doing the captions and thumbnails and staying up late to make sure these videos are going out. And it's very vulnerable to be like, I'm making a YouTube channel for kids when it's already so saturated with those kinds of shows. So it felt very good to get that plaque and just feeling acknowledged. My schedule was like in year 2. You have to be on here somewhere. There you are. Oh my god. Wednesdays at 5. How did you get a prime spot? I might like cry because I'm looking right at you. My favorite thing about being a music teacher, the thing like after all the stress, like the many headaches, lots of crying, is like seeing my students playing music after they're done lessons. Seeing my students who maybe some of them went to school for music or some of them are still playing guitar in their rooms at home. That makes me very happy. To me, like that's a reward. They've taken music and the love for music with them outside of the studio. That's what it is. You're crying now. I'm crying. Why? You were supposed to make me cry. It's still red. It's good.
Yeah, I wanted to